In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can blur out the background in Photoshop from this image into something like this. Let's go into the tutorial. The first thing to do is to duplicate your layer. You can press Ctrl+J or right click your layer and choose duplicate layer. So after duplicating your layer, you go to select and choose subject. So you're selecting the subject alone on the background copy layer you've created. So the Photoshop will automatically select your subject. So after the Photoshop has selected your subject automatically, sometimes it is not a perfect selection. So you press the quick selection tool, and you can reduce the size by pressing the brackets or go into the size and choose the pixels. Then you start selecting where it has not selected, like here. You go on selecting, like here, you select. So after selecting the subject, you go on to, you press your quick selection and then right click and say layer via copy. So layer via copy means that you've selected your subject alone. Now you have a blank, you have your subject on something black, and you can even move it. You see, you have selected it properly. So you maintain it in its position. You select the quick selection tool, widen it, and then select when you're in layer 1, the subject alone. After that, go on to background copy. When you go into the background copy, go into select, choose modify, and then expand. When you expand, press 20. Let me go back. You go into select, then you choose modify, and then expand. Expand, normally I use 20 pixels, and then you say okay. So after expanding, you go, you right click, then say fill. Make sure it is content aware, normal mode, and 100% opacity. Then you press OK. By pressing OK, you're deleting the subject on the background copy. So right now we are filling it with the content aware tool. Photoshop will automatically do that for you, and then boom. When you remove this layer here, you see on our background copy we don't have the subject. So as you see, there are people in the background, so you can just use most times you can use the lasso tool. Most times I use the patch tool. Then you circle these people and then fill content aware. Okay, so it would automatically remove those people in the background, and you go into this other person, you press fill and then say okay, and Photoshop will automatically help you with that. So as you see, on my subject I only selected the person, but I forgot about these rails here. So you go onto the background copy, and then I don't know whether the rails make sense or what, but you can go on and select them. So after merging these two layers, so you go onto the background copy. First of all, we have to go onto the background copy and delete this rail here. You fill content aware and you remove it. You can do some fine touches with the patch, but this does not make too much sense. So after that, after selecting your subject, now you go into background copy, you go into filter, into blur gallery and choose field blur. So in field blur you can vary the intensity of your blur. So you see, if you go into something like 300, it is too much, a bit too much, but it looks beautiful though. So you go into something like 50, 52. You can choose, you can vary what blur you want. So you can choose something like 45. So by that, so you have the bokeh behind. But without going into field blur, with the subject, you go into background copy, go into filter, you go into blur, choose lens blur, and then you can vary the radius of your blur to something like 50 to 45. So you press OK, and then the Photoshop will apply the lens blur filter into your background copy. So you're from this to this with that blur effect. So you can even choose and add it on if it's not enough. Something like that. If you feel like it's too much, you can still vary its intensity still in this Photoshop. So you're from this to this just by applying bokeh and understanding the basics of selection. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you watch more of my videos.